Oh, so you want to play some tasty chops, do you? Well, you clicked on the right video. What is up, everyone? CJ here. Hope you're all doing well. Chops. What does it even mean? Well, in the world of drumming, it feels like this word is interpreted in a lot of different ways. For some drummers, it means complex, rapid fills and linear patterns around the drums. To me, it means more technical proficiency and tasty licks or fills. So in this video, I'm gonna do my best to supply you with a bit of both with 3 different patterns. Before we get started, all my channel members out there can download everything from this lesson via the link in the members tab. So if you want some extra bonus content, consider joining the channel membership. Now let's start with chop number 1. Okay, before we dive into this, just know this. Chops aren't meant to be played everywhere and anywhere. If you want to use this for technical practice, or for example, if you have a band and there's a certain song where you get to shed pretty hard, then go for it. But most of the time when you play with other people, they don't really care about chops. They probably just want you to play a nice and steady pocket, so know when and where to shine with these patterns. Now, I've covered this before, but this pattern is extremely versatile and really fun to play around the drums. The sticking for this first pattern is right, left, left, kick. You can play it as 16th notes or 32nd notes. It sounds good either way, but if you want to raise some eyebrows from the other drummers in the room, you want to play it as 32nd notes. Just make sure to play the left-hand strokes as ghost notes. Let me show you the pattern at a slow tempo with a groove and gradually speed it up while orchestrating it around the drum set. It really creates a nice flow, right? I really enjoy playing this with a halftime groove or as a 2-measure solo. Then you can blend this pattern together with another pattern. So for example, the first measure, right, left, left, kick, right, left, left, kick, right, left, left, kick, right, left, left, kick. And for the second measure, right, left, 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 kick, right, left, 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 kick, right, left, kick, and then you're back at the 1. Let me show you what I mean. Okay guys, pattern number 2. This is a killer workout for your ghost notes. This pattern consists of 2 paradiddle diddles together with a 4-note grouping of some sort. For example, right, left, right, left. So the sticking for this would be right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, left. Only accent the first note of each paradiddle diddle. We'll start with this, and then I'll show you another cool way to turning this into a 2-bar solo. Let's break it down and play it with a groove. I mean, doesn't that sound awesome? Another very nice way of playing this pattern is to add a single paradiddle at the end of the pattern. So the sticking now turns into right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. And now you can naturally turn this into a 2-bar solo because you will start with a left hand lead in the second measure. Left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Let me show you what I mean. You're gonna have some fun with that one, aren't you? Yeah, you are. All right, you guys, the last pattern is coming up, so make sure you're a subscriber before this video ends. This pattern works really nice when it's played both slow and fast. This is a 9-note grouping played as 16th notes. So essentially, you play a 6-stroke roll followed by a 3-note grouping. In this case, right, left, left. So the sticking here is right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, and then you end the measure with a 6-stroke roll. Right, left, left, right, right, left. I'll break it down slowly with just my hands first, and then I'll add the bass drum and a cymbal here and there as well. Alright my friends, that'll do it for this lesson. I hope you have a ton of fun practicing these chops, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as well. I really appreciate it. If you want to learn some more go-to chops, you can check out this video right here. Thank you so much for watching everyone, and good luck with your drumming. I'll see you soon.